Take a look around. There isn't a single country on Earth that doesn't have debt. Think about America. This superpower has surpassed $38 trillion in debt, the most astronomical figure in their entire history. The European Union is at 14 trillion. Japan? They are sitting on nearly $9 trillion of debt. Even the oil-rich Saudis, or the so-called export giants like Germany and China, possess incredible amounts of debt. But here is the situation that gets everyone thinking. If everyone owes money to everyone else, then who exactly is the creditor? Now let's look at the background of this together, because things are not at all what they seem. Debt isn't just a burden. It is the backbone of the modern world. Wars, crises, coups, and those glamorous periods of economic boom are all built upon these invisible promissory notes. When you dig a little deeper, you encounter a very strange truth. The world doesn't owe money to aliens. The world owes money to itself. But of course, this doesn't mean we are all brothers. Let's just erase the debt. On one side, you have the winners, and on the other, the losers. So how did we climb this massive mountain of $315 trillion of debt? Let's rewind the film a bit. Long before credit cards, the idea of national debt didn't emerge in the stock market. It emerged on the battlefield. The year is 1694. England is fighting with France, but the king's treasury is completely empty. The king goes to the merchants and says, "Give me money now, and I will pay you interest forever with the money coming from taxes." And that is exactly how the Bank of England was founded. It was like a revolution. The state could finally spend money it didn't actually have in its pocket. The lenders held the state's promise in their hands, a piece of paper that could be bought and sold. That is how what we call government bonds came into existence. Then everyone copied this. Being able to borrow meant being powerful. In the old days, empires conquered countries for gold. Now they print paper bonds, just to eat the interest. Coming to the present day, debt is now the world's most famous export product. Everyone is a debtor. Everyone is a creditor. The taxes you pay, your retirement money in the bank, it's all part of this system. So, who holds the strings? Let's look at America. You know that cliche people always say, America has become a toy in China's hands? Yeah, that's not exactly how it works. Only 2% of America's total debt is held by China. Who holds the lion's share? The Americans themselves. American banks, pension funds, even their own Federal Reserve. So, the state prints bonds, banks buy them, citizens pay taxes, and those taxes go right back into the citizens' pension funds as interest payments. It's a complete willing buyer, willing seller situation. Money goes out of one pocket and into the other, but the system keeps growing. This isn't just in America, it's the same all over the world. Everyone is holding each other's debt papers. Imagine a giant poker table. Everyone borrows from the guy next to them just to keep playing. The only rule for the game to continue is no one leaves the table. And then there are the bosses of this business. The markets. Hedge funds, massive investment firms. They decide which country sinks, which one swims, and which one stalls. Politicians may talk, but at the end of the day, the market has the final say. And of course, the heart of the system, central banks. They don't just manage debt, they literally print it. Every time a central bank buys a bond, it creates money out of thin air. So, you know that paper money in your pocket? It's not a debt-free value. Invisible on every bill is a note that says, "I owe you." The system has been spinning for years thanks to one thing: trust. As long as you say, the state won't go bust, they'll pay my interest, there is no problem. But what if the trust runs out? Remember Greece, Argentina, Sri Lanka? The moment trust is gone, creditors are banging on the door. Even countries you thought were allies will immediately crash down on you to get their money back. The result: austerity, unemployment, economic depression, chaos. But here's the most striking part. Governments have no intention of paying these debts off. Yes, it's not a joke. That is literally the plan. If you take out a loan, you are forced to pay it back. But states don't pay debt. They roll it over. They take new debt to pay off the old debt. This is called refinancing. The global economy is like a shark that has to keep swimming. If it stops, it dies. America will never finish that $38 trillion. Japan has been in debt for decades, but no one is knocking on their door. Why? Because investors don't want the money back. They want to renew the deal. Government bonds are the safest haven in the world for them. Think about it. If America woke up tomorrow and said, "Here's your money, I've cleared my debt," the world economy would collapse, because these bonds are the safest assets banks possess. In other words, debt has become the very heartbeat of capitalism. So when a politician comes on TV and says, "We will wipe out the debt, we will fix the budget," do not believe them. They are selling you a fantasy. The goal isn't to end the debt, it's to keep the wheel turning. Because if that illusion breaks, we will all be crushed under it. Finally, don't forget this. The saying, "we owe the debt to ourselves," is a bit of a fairy tale. Because those interest payments flow from the bottom of society to the top. From us to the wealthy institutions holding those bonds. Debt is actually a transfer from the poor to the rich. That is why during crises, the middle class gets poorer while the rich get even richer. The system serves the one holding the debt, not the one who owes it. But if the water in this mill runs dry, that is when things get messy. In the past, debt meant captivity. Now they call it balance. But if that balance is broken one day, we will remember the true face of debt. I promise. That cannot be kept forever. If what I've told you just lit a light bulb in your mind, stay tuned. History holds many more stories like this. We'll look at them together.